Well, I've been kicked out of my near every bar around. I've been locked up for driving 120 through town. I've been shot at and cut with a knife, messing around with another man's wife. But other than that, we ain't nothing, just good old boys. Threw my boss out the window and got fired for my last job. Hot wired a city truck and turned it over in the mayor's yard. Beat my brother-in-law half to death. Lost $20 on his football bet. But other than that, we ain't nothing, just good old boys. Good old boys, we're all the same. Ain't no way we'll ever change. Ain't no harm by the things we do, or the trouble that we get into. Once in a while, every once in a while, we can't help it, it's just our style.
I don't like talking in front of people.
I know, me either.
Is it okay if I just talk to you today?
That's okay. You can
That's
just talk
my
to me.
plan.
What the heck happened to that camera?
I don't know, Cody. Can you give us like a little backup? I feel like people are. Wait, I think I'm a blackhead. Hang on.
Our headroom is.
Can you back that camera up a little bit? I mean,
our headroom is like.
It's max headroom.
Yeah, we got.
We're like, that's even better. Oh, there. Got a purdy shirt on. As Melvin Dusick would say, I got a purdy shirt.
You do.
We'll get you a purdy shirt.
Good morning, everybody.
Ashen is very predictable blue.
Shade of blue.
Oh, bother. Eeyore blue. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll try to contribute today. Yeah. Hey, let's get started. We got guests. Yeah. We got things to do today. The Wade and Carter weather is brought to you by the great folks at AT Deerland Feed. For everything you need, there's Deerland Feed. It's 75 degrees and mostly sunny. Like that was a mostly peaceful
protest
ceasefire.
Yeah. That's
75 and sunny with a high today of 88. Chance of rain this afternoon about 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think about.
Well, let's get the podium out of the way because
we have dominated
Stephen Castaneda and Carter
right there, just live
in studio,
studio, which trumps everything.
They are on the podium this morning along with Stephanie Cotty.
They're good. That Carter couldn't be any cuter. Thank goodness. Looks like his mother. Wow. That's awesome. But what do you make of? Yeah, he can. Anything you want to chime in. Right now, you see where we're on this one, but I can do that, and now you're on that one.
There you go.
That's you.
Anybody you want to say hi to? You're right into the microphone.
Hi.
Who do you want to say hi to? You want to say hi to
friend of yours? Friend of yours?
What about Hank?
Girlfriend?
You say
no girlfriends. Good.
Attaboy.
Good.
That's
Stay away from women.
Smart kid. Women are trouble, bud. Hang on. So what? Anything you decide you want to say anything, you just say it because you're part of the team right now. So what do you make of? You told me that Iran has decided that they won. So they were at home in their tent with their goat, and they got bombed, but they won.
That's what they're saying. I got to find this somewhere.
That sounds like Joe Biden.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Hey, I didn't get as many votes, but
where was this now?
While you find that, Trump dropped an F-bomb the other day before he got on a plane. He said, he had to put like a quarter in the swear jar. He was angry with Israel, as we reported. I don't know what Monday. I mean, rightfully so. He's like, hey, these people are being stupid. I've brokered a truce and.
Yeah, the Ayatollah Khomeini.
I don't believe that's real.
It's verified.
My congratulations on our dear Iran's victory over the U.S. regime. The U.S. regime entered the war directly because it felt that if it didn't, the Zionist regime would be completely destroyed. It entered the war in an effort to save that regime, but achieved nothing. So he's still taunting the Jews from afar. And he says, I offer my congratulations over the victory over the fallacious Zionist regime.
Yeah.
This guy's an idiot. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, you get bombed, we destroy a whole bunch of your assets, and somehow you won a war.
Well, when you control the state media, and that's probably the only Twitter account people in Iran can follow is Ayatollah Khamenei. So you can say whatever you want because there's nobody that can refute it.
It's kind of like us. There's nobody left to refute.
Nobody left to refute.
That's right. We took him out.
You know, it's early to talk about our long-term plans, but we had an interesting meeting yesterday, and in the visit, it was pointed out that sadly, because I would love for Victoria to have a strong print media, a strong newspaper, for lack of the
doesn't
right.
exist anymore almost anywhere.
Almost anywhere, but here's the deal: it makes it incumbent upon folks like us
or us. We don't have to qualify it with the folks like.
No, well, there is nobody else. Is really what I'm trying to tell you. Somebody's got to hold city council, the city manager, PD, SO,
county.
Somebody's got to hold these
ISDs.
folks accountable. I think we do it, but sometimes we do it tongue in cheek, or, hey, what were they thinking when they did this? And, maybe we should be more serious now. Maybe we should be more serious about some of that. I don't know. It sounds boring.
Does sound boring.
Let's talk to this kid for a minute. The kids say the darkest things.
Daniel Wade White, Scott Tomko, Jennifer Marr, Mark Kurtz, Linda Christ, Marvin Mickers, Lisa Poole, Scott Snow, Monty Howard checking in, Arena Scherer, Buddy Stavanoa,
A lot of people.
Jenny
Carter,
Gonzalez,
a lot of people.
Jordan Glass, P. Strauss, good morning, Andrew Alvarez, Bobby Leister, nursing his Caldo hangover. There's Greg
Hi.
Garcia,
A lot of people.
Heather Stewart, Lisa Poole,
Bunch of them.
Will Vincent, Judge Posey, Jarrett McCurgan, Jr. Samples, Wendy Hughes Garcia, good morning.
So Carter says that he doesn't like to talk a lot in public. He's not much of a public speaker yet.
No.
I told him, all you have to do is just talk to us. Tell everybody, so what grade are you in and where do you go to school?
I'm going to 5th and I go to Vickers.
You like Vickers? They're nice over there?
Yes.
It's a good school.
Did your mom tell you be sure you say that? Because
My kids went there.
awesome.
My grandson still goes there. You said you kind of know my grandson. Is that because you meet him in the principal's office every day?
No, he takes Gray's lunch money every day. So you got started listening to Wade and Carter because you would ride like to school with your dad and stuff. So then he would be listening, and you got kind of stuck with us.
Yes.
But now it's okay. You kind of like the show.
What do you
Awesome.
like about the show?
I don't know.
He doesn't know.
He knows.
You're funny looking.
Yeah, but he's not looking at you. You listen to us on the radio, right?
You think we're funny?
Kinda.
Funny,
Kind of.
funny looking.
Yes,
maybe?
well, but he can't see us. That's the key, Cody.
Yeah.
But he can see you
Okay.
now.
Oh, which is on the phone.
Oh, there we
Okay,
go.
on the device.
Do you learn stuff when you listen to us?
No.
No,
Yeah, I agree.
right on.
No,
That's great. Awesome. I'm
I
glad.
think most of our audience does not as well. No, that's great. Right
Yeah.
here, Linda Chris says he's a real cutie for sure. Yeah, he's like he's the official youth.
Yep.
The official Ute
Funny as in
of the
odd.
Wade and
Yes,
Carter
Scott
show. He's the
Tomko.
Ute.
Love that movie.
When he sat down, he looked back. He was like, I got Bob Ross behind me.
I'm just impressed he knows who Bob Ross is.
And that's great.
That is great.
Awesome.
Will says, I know Ash is funny looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Will. Appreciate that.
Ash has a face made for hockey. It's okay.
And radio.
So what do you want? Here's one. What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do when you grow up? Attaboy. You shouldn't know yet.
MLB player.
MLB player. Nice.
Ooh, there's the money.
That's nice. You like the Astros?
Yes.
What position you want to play?
Second.
Second. Oh,
Altuve, your favorite player?
Yes.
Of course he is.
He's my favorite player too, but he's gotten to where he makes a lot of errors. Like you're like, that's a routine play, and he'll boot it out into the right field.
They're mixed. They're hiding him so it doesn't happen as much.
He's like 36 years old now,
I know.
35. He only makes, $125 million a year or something. Barely getting by.
Barely getting by.
Barely
Couldn't
getting by.
imagine that kind of money.
So did you start
That's
out?
enough
did
money to
start
make
out
you
playing
vote
like T-ball?
Democrat in New York City.
You play T-ball and then coach pitch, and now you're into kid pitch. Awesome. And do you play second base now?
No, I play outfield.
Do you?
Sometimes
It's because he's got an arm. That's why.
That's why. Do you pitch ever?
I play catcher one time.
Cool.
Catcher's fun.
In last year, I played first base, got somebody out.
Nice.
First is where to go. All you got to do is just
That's-
stand there, look pretty, and hit the ball.
Greg Garcia says, shout out to my fellow Stroman Raider.
Stephen Castaneda. Yep.
That's good.
There he is. This is our first ever studio audience.
Greg and Steven shared a parole officer back in the 90s. They
was
met
a-
at a state office.
That was called the principal at Stroman
Right.
back
The
then.
principal was also a parole officer at Stroman. He could sign your papers.
I think Pat Matula is going to stop by too, so we'll have some live music today. Gonna be a
Hey,
good show.
you can do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
check
wave
it
at
out.
them. All
Wave
right.
with your friends. None of your friends
Nope.
are up. What do you
No,
wanna
it's
do?
summer. Nothing. I
Just felt like touching me.
I did, yeah.
He reached over and kind of gave me a little.
No, I was trying to grab my coffee.
I thought I was doing something wrong.
No, you're always doing something wrong. But
Awesome. You don't ever get in trouble at school, do you? You make good grades?
Yes.
straight A's,
Attaboy.
A's and B's.
A's and B's. That's a good start.
That's good. I'm telling you, this kid's just like
Yeah.
his mom.
you
It's awesome.
Yeah.
know my
I don't think so.
mom?
You don't look familiar.
That's terrible.
That is terrible. It went right over his head, though. It
Yeah,
went right over his
that
head.
didn't go over everybody else's. So that's good.
No, that's good stuff.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. yeah.
Ah,
What do you see over there? So we got bobbleheads. We got all kinds of stuff. Here's Verlander bobblehead.
Mr. Bill.
Do you think he needs a copy of Managing Your Crazy Self? Like we got a couple.
No, he doesn't.
Oh.
yeah,
I
that's
think
a
he needs.
golf
I think he
tee.
needs. I think he needs one about the
That's a golf tee.
the Fed there.
The Fed.
Yeah,
money.
that's what we didn't give him a book about what happened to American money.
Yeah, that's exactly.
We got
what he
that
needs.
red cup. We got that from Congressman Michael Cloud from the House of Representatives.
It is
That
pretty
was
cool.
cool. It's cool. Well, I asked, what do you think?
What do you think?
What else is going on?
Wow, I mean, what else is going on? I mean, you know, Iran doing what they're doing.
Iran's crazy.
Now the media is backtracking on what they were talking about yesterday with when they were saying that the strikes on Iran were not that successful. Now it's mixed reviews or mixed reports, right?
I just don't understand the media wanting to critique everything about a military operation. Like, well, on a scale of 1 to, so the New York Times goes on, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 7. I mean,
Yeah.
who cares what the New York Times thinks about it? What I see from it is that Israel and Iran were fighting, and now they're not. And they're not fighting. The NATO chief of, what was that guy?
The Secretary General.
There you go. Of NATO made the comment yesterday. I was listening to a conversation they were having live, and the guy said, Trump said, these guys have been fighting forever over there. And he said, sometimes it's kind of like two kids in a schoolyard. You don't want to break them up. You let them go at it for a while, and then you break them up. And the Secretary General of NATO goes, yeah, and sometimes Daddy has to step in and smack them both. And he's right. He took the metaphor and ran with it. But Trump is Daddy, and Trump came in and said, and only Trump could do this. Only Trump could come in and say, I don't care what Congress has to say. And they've all backed off now. The Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, saying yesterday, Trump didn't violate any laws by taking decisive action. There's nothing illegal about it. He didn't declare war. He just went over there, dropped a couple of bombs, and went home.
Yeah.
It's been a great message to Russia, who is like, wow. I mean, if he can do that, flying all the way across Europe in the middle of the night, he can certainly, take care of us.
Well, and it also sent a strong message to China.
China.
Even though there's no real formal alliance between China and Iran, they are the ones buying a lot of Iranian oil on the black market. North Korea buys a lot of Iranian oil. But there's an op-ed in the Epic Times this morning by a retired U.S. Navy captain that says the Chinese Communist Party's long-term interests were damaged by the conflict
There you go.
because of the investments that China has made in Iran.
I saw this morning where North Korea has said that they are going to reopen their tourist trade. They're going to build a resort in North Korea, and Kim Jong Nutjob says that he's going to encourage folks to come there. Can you imagine? Where are we going this summer? Are we going to go to Hawaii? Are we going to go to, Puerto Vallarta? Are we going to go to Cabo? No,
Go to
I thought we might
Pyongyang.
go to Pyongyang and just see what's kicking over there on the beach in North Korea.
What's funny is every time they brought in, remember when Dennis Rodman went there
yes,
and they took him on a tour of North Korea, and basically it was like a Hollywood movie set. They just had a bunch of buildings to make it look like North Korea was thriving, and the same people walked down the street and then they walked back down the street like extras in a movie. Like it was crazy. The same people went into the store and shopped.
so Carter,
Then they left. Then when they took Rodman to the next store, those same people then followed into that store to shop.
and they had all the Louis Vuitton and all the fancy stuff, but nobody really had any money. They weren't buying anything.
Well, it was all knockoffs.
But it was like if you were driving down the street and it looks like there's a bank and a McDonald's and all these places, but if you go around back, all it is like a wall, and they're holding it up with boards. It's fake. There's no building really there. And that's what they did that so that they could have, we call it a photo op. You can drive down the street, you can see all these people high, and they're standing out in front of the ice cream shop. But if you go through the door, there's no ice cream. And that's North Korea.
And that's the biggest tragedy of all.
That's North Korea and most places outside of Texas.
Like
So
New York City,
Don't
maybe?
go to New York City.
We can get there.
Wow.
I even threw you the lifeline.
Tell me.
If it's a cardboard cutout, then how's there a door?
Solid question. I think, you know what? In some of those cases, they may not have even
They
had
may not have had
a door. You're right. See, kids are smart.
They are smart.
There you go. Like Lisa Poole said, yes, like in Blazing Saddles.
Exactly.
That's what it looks like.
Andrew always says maybe they always look like with their state mandated haircut styles.
What was the movie with Clint Eastwood where they painted the whole town red? It's one of those Italian spaghetti
Yeah,
westerns.
I don't remember which one now.
Commander's looking it up. See, this is what Cody does so good. By the way, I'm going to mention as our first spot of the day, brand us. If you need help with anything to do with a website, a web page, a Facebook presence, yes, Marina, no ice cream would be tragic.
It sure would. Hi, Marina.
High Plains Drifter. Let's get back to Brandus.
High Plains. Yeah, Brandis does a great job.
Brandis is in the corner over
No
there.
kidding. No,
Nobody puts Brandis in the corner.
That's right.
Exactly. There's Torrin Bales. Good
Except
morning.
us.
Torrin's out on the prairie. Paint Your Wagon. That was a musical, I think.
High Plains Drifter, 1973.
1973.
That might have been the end of the spaghetti westerns, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're close.
Couldn't have ended quickly enough.
That's right.
What are you talking about? They were awesome movies.
And like when the lips
Okay.
didn't sync up and they
Right.
and all the Cody does crazy animal sounds. Folks, this is what I'm dealing with. I'd rather look, I'm just going to talk to the kid. So what's the fifth grade going to be like? Do y'all even learn how to write in cursive anymore?
In third.
In
third.
third. I don't do you use it?
Doesn't stick.
It doesn't stick.
So
Attaboy.
too.
No wonder doctors can't write.
But
They
I
learn cursive in third grade and never write again until they have to write
That's right.
prescriptions.
It is funny how all the old school people that are all about schools and things being changed, they're all like, hey man, we've got to get back to working with pencil and paper, and we need to get some cursive writing in there. And I'm like, does anybody write in cursive?
No.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even understand like why that matters, but I guess it's
Discipline and practice. It teaches you those things. Perseverance and perfection.
do they still send you home with like a paper with a whole bunch of math problems on it? 4 + 3, you have to write 7, 5 + 2.
Oh, it's all the new math. You wouldn't understand it anymore.
Eight. 8 + 3, you got to write 9, like that.
Yeah. No, they don't. They don't send it. They send like different home.
Do you still have homework?
Yeah.
Vickers is good. Yeah, that's
Too much
good.
homework
Still
these
have
days.
Yeah.
Stump Steven too. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't.
half of it either.
I can't do the math.
No,
Nope.
the new math is just it's
Yep.
crazy.
I was trying to help Graydon one time. I said, "Wait till your mom gets home, then you can do the math." I'm not helping you with the
Nice.
math.
Well, by the time like Caden is a junior, and he'll be, I'll say, well, "What do you have homework?" It's like I feel like I gotta ask him. I got some calculus to do. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, it's no big deal. It's not
What's
hard.
a calculus?
I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know.
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to,
I-
kid. Come
I-
on.
I don't know what calculus is. I know that it's very difficult. Riker's running around here.
Ricky King says cursive is important because all the old documents, like the Constitution, is in cursive. It's also in Old English. It makes it hard to read.
Ricky King. Are
We're
you
huge
still,
in Illinois this morning.
still in Illinois?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm liking that. Linda Christ asks, how does anybody have a legal signature? You don't even have to anymore. You just write an X.
I can tell you this. My son Rylan is 12, and I'm telling you, the kid cannot write. I mean, it really, it's just like it looks like Riker wrote it. It's crazy.
Look at my chicken scratch.
Well, I say yours looks like Latin, like I can read it. Yeah. And no kidding, Andrew Alvarez, my eyes are so good these days. I have resorted to using a Big Chief. Yeah, Big Chief. And then, remember when they used to have the big, thick pencil? They were blue. The pencils were blue, and they were big, and they had it was like a Sharpie for pencil.
I have one of those big thick pencils.
You have a big one? It's awesome.
It's regular.
It's-
It's not blue.
It's not blue, it's just yellow, but it's, yeah.
Big, thick pencil.
Have you seen the baseball bat that looks like a pencil?
Yeah.
the pencil
Those are
bat?
pretty cool. Is that what they call it?
Every kid uses it.
Must be made
Yeah.
in Canada. The pencil bat. I mean, that makes sense, right? Because the Canadians call everything. What is that? That's a cold beer. What kind? I don't know. It's cold beer.
It's cold beer.
That's it.
That's all that matters.
A.
If you don't know, then read the bottle.
If you don't know, read the bottle. See, that's what we need you here for. Give me some nuts, man.
That's right. You're telling Carter
That's
to
why
read
we
the
need
bottle.
you here. Read the bottle.
I'm
And
too
then
busy. I'm too busy drinking the beer. You read the label.
Right? And he's like, I don't know. My mom drinks Tito's. I don't know. Let's take a
Brandy
break.
Garcia says Greg taught the kids cursive. She taught the military time.
Nice. Folks, Palace Bingo tonight, 7:30 first ball
Yep.
pops.
Come on
Be at
up.
Palace
Wayne Carter night.
Bingo. It's going to be a great time.
It's gonna be an awesome time.
It could be rowdy. It could be.
Might
We're going
be.
to take this. We're going to take this
I've got the
this
table signs. again.
energy that we've gotten from Carter and translate it into Palace Bingo. It's going to be great. USA Concrete Coatings. Let Charlie Garcia come out. Help you sand it, seal it, stain it, paint it, whatever you want done. He can seal cracks and put down a tough as nails polyurethane coat that won't crack, stick, peel, or fade. You'll be thrilled with the results you get from USA Concrete Coatings. Drab slabs are not cool. Do something fun with your garage while you can. Allen's Wrecker Service, 578-6300. Allen's your go-to tow-to. Let Allen get you from here to there. Carter, you ever had a car breakdown?
No.
He doesn't
but
drive yet.
I've had a break. I've had a bike breakdown.
Well, if you
Ooh.
have a problem, you call my friend Alan Miller, Allen's Wrecker Service, 578-6300. He would come out. Alan Miller would have somebody come out, load your bike up, and take you home with no charge.
I don't trust that.
Hey, love this
It's a
kid.
grown man and a little boy.
It's a that's
Ah.
a smart. Hey, stranger danger.
Yep.
Stranger danger. You must. Oh, you've met Alan. Okay, I'm with you. Vera Cruz Restaurant. Get into Vera Cruz today for the best Mexican food in town.
Post called on Wednesday today.
Period. Just get in there.
And the chopping block.
Grown
if
man
you're-
and a little boy. That's the way I feel
Yep.
with Uncle Ash over here
That's
sometimes.
exactly it. I feel like the little boy most
Yeah,
days.
everybody's got that one
Been creeped
uncle.
on.
Hey, Carter, come sit on my lap. No thanks, Uncle Felix. Not gonna do it. The dollar floor store.
The floor trader.
Brian Small says this poor kid must be serving a suspension from school. He's scared straight at the Wade and Carter show.
This is his penance.
Nice. This is it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they told you know what they told him, and this you act up again, we're going to send you back.
exactly.
You'll have to go back. Dollar floor store right now, whether you want tile, laminate flooring, luxury vinyl, hardwoods, laminates, whatever you need,
They've got it all.
and they've got it. They can get carpet, double pad,
And they've got it at the best prices.
Rich kid had the double pad. Like, whoa, your carpet's so soft.
Your
Get
floor
that
doesn't
carpet out
make
of your
noise when I
bathroom.
walk on it.
Yeah, get that squishy carpet out of your bathroom.
You don't want any of that cheap wood that
Absolutely
rattles when you walk on it.
Tell me about the chopping block, bro.
Well, their weekly sales still going on. $13.99 a pound. Ribeyes, great ribeyes. They're marbled nicely. Go by, get them. They grill up really nice.
You sound like
And
Donald
then-
Trump. They're super
are.
duper ribeyes.
And then today, the chopping block food truck's going to be over on Ben Wilson at the UHV Commons from noon to 4. So they'll be selling up lunch plus grab dinner on the way home from work today. So get over there and support the chopping block. Support those that support this program and this forum, because we can't do it without you.
Chopping block does a great job, and they only do meat. So when you get there, you'll just find that it is better, and the prices have to be competitive. You can go there and buy, what the other day, Donnie bought a split chicken.
They got five pound chicken breasts there too.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
$5 a pound, I should say.
Chopping block is great. So I'm bouncing you around here on stuff. But I did spend some time yesterday with White Trash Services. They are doing great. They're growing. They've added a couple of new trucks to their fleet. They are they're ready to be your trash hauling operation. So reach out to White Trash Services. So we've been visiting with our buddy
Carter.
He
is the founding member of the Wade and Carter fan club.
Yeah, he's
the only member.
He's the only member of the fan club. But he got a shirt today. Look, he got a shirt. It might be a little big, but it's not his fault that it's big.
It's not.
He'll grow it. Look at that. Got a Wade and Carter shirt.
That's one that'll last forever.
Look at there. That's from the 5th anniversary. That's a big time. That's vintage gear.
That is vintage gear.
That's probably
Ricky King says he's liking the special guest. He's keeping us in line this morning.
Absolutely.
Is.
The audience is saying you're doing a good job. So
let's well, Carter's still here because we got another guest ready to come in, but let's talk to him.
Hey, Stephen, Brian Small, our buddy, just said, see if Carter knows anything about studio lighting. I guess we need to do a little better job.
Yeah, we'll get that fixed.
We've got a guy. We know a guy.
We know a guy.
He's going to come down. He keeps swearing. Maybe now that he's got his GED, maybe now he could come down.
Instead of just threatening about the studio lighting.
Come down and help us with some uplighting.
Let's jump into the FSB Astros report since First State Bank, because Carter's here, and here's a huge Astros fan. The Astros 2-0 winners over the Phillies last night. They've now won the first 2 games of that series. Getaway day today, game 3 this afternoon at Dyken Park.
What time? Like a 1:00 game?
1:10.
1:10
p.m.
Astros.
That's 13:10, by the way, military time for Wendy Hughes Garcia.
Astros have now, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and won 7 of their last 10, and 7 of their
7 of their last 10 and
10 of their last
12. Yeah, something like that. They're
really playing good baseball.
And they gained a game yesterday on the Mariners, now 5.5 up on the Mariners.
The game was like 9 hours, right?
No, was it a long game?
No.
He said like 1 to 10.
Well, 1:10. At 1:10.
It's at 1:10 today.
The game starts at 1:10 today. Good. Thank you. We need to clarify that for our listeners. Victor Caratini and Isak Paredes both. Victor Caratini homered and Isak Paredes drove in a run. Astros shut out the Phillies.
He reached on an infield single in the first that scored a run. The Astros, it's interesting. Remember we talked about how the Athletic pointed out the Astros weren't scoring runs early? Since that article, they've been scoring runs early, and they've been winning games as a result. Caratini with a homer in the 8th, a solo shot that added a little insurance run, but back-to-back shutout victories for the Astros over the Phillies. Phillies, one of the best teams in the National League.
They really are. They now, after losing 2 games, they have the same record as the Astros, but you win a 1-0 shutout, you win a 2-0 shutout, back-to-back shutouts, and
you went and outdueled Zach Wheeler yesterday, who's like third in the majors in strikeouts. He's up there in the top 10 in ERA and WHIP and all the other measurables. He's a good one.
If anything happens to the Dodgers, you may have seen a precursor to the World Series in that series, or in this series, the Astros and Phillies.
And it doesn't get easier for the Astros this weekend because the Cubbies come to town. The Cubbies have this exact same record as the Astros right now at 47-33. Second best record in the major leagues. for the Astros.
Although the
Or
Cubs,
third best, I should say, because the Dodgers and Detroit have.
the Cubs have been playing
identical
New Mexico Paint and Body and the Los Angeles School for the Blind. So I like
Fair
the
enough.
chance of the Astros. Astros have played the toughest schedule in baseball this year, really have played more teams above 500 than any other program.
Yeah, and it doesn't get any easier this week either.
No, I'm convinced the Astros are now starting to drink the Kool-Aid. They're believing that they can win without Alex Bregman. They're believing they can win without Kyle
They're
Tucker.
believing they can win without Jordan Alvarez,
Yeah, which is
which
interesting.
they are.
There are players, we've seen it especially in the NBA, right? Where
Patrick
the
Ewing.
superstar goes down and the team does really good. I don't think that's the case with Jordan. I think Jordan will slide right back in and they'll just be stronger than ever. I think he's going to really help. Another left-handed bat in the lineup will be critical. Who was the kid that played left field last night?
Let me get back to that and I'll tell you.
They did kind of a preview on him, and he was like, so Carter, this guy was like, wow. When I got to the locker room and like my locker was right there next to, Jose Altuve and Jeremy Pena, he's like, I'm part of the team. He's a young guy.
Taylor Trammell.
He is 27 years old, but he's like, dude, when I got here and I realized that I was in that locker room, he goes, man, I was ready to play baseball.
Are you gonna drink the rest of that?
Yeah, you want some? You want a sip of my Coke?
I'm kidding.
Oh, you're
He's just
kidding?
kidding.
I was going to say,
You done with that?
it's got half a pint of Jack Daniels in it. You want a little
It's
kid?
all right. Steven wants him to nap this afternoon.
I don't know where that kid will sleep like a baby.
Yeah, exactly. So
Remember that old Dean Martin skit? And the guy's sitting at the bar and he goes, I got a flight to catch. The guy's, really, where are you going? Oh, I don't know. I'm the pilot. It's like, oh, goodness. You got to love it, man. You got to love it.
they do. Iran also voting to suspend cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency. You would
That'll
think they
show
would
it.
go the other way.
They're trying to get bombed again. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Trump will do it. I don't know if they're thinking they're going to make the president less popular. I think this is going to backfire on them because it's showing that they're just ignorant. Am I wrong? I mean, like, why would you want to invite the wrath?
I don't know why. And the Trump administration also planning to further limit its sharing of classified information with Congress after the leak of some early intelligence assessments of the attack on Iran.
This reminds me of the guy that goes to the bar and gets punched in the face a bunch of times, and he goes home and tells his wife, "Yeah, I won a fight tonight. I really messed up that guy's fist."
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of where Iran is right now. They got smacked around by the U.S.
White House Press
That's
Secretary
crazy.
Caroline Leavitt saying that an anonymous low-level loser in the intelligence community is the responsible person for the leak of that classified information.
I love that.
Let's punish this person to the fullest extent. Seriously,
Low
it's about
level
time.
loser.
I like how they phrase that. It's good alliteration. But they really need to punish these leakers to get it to stop. And this was it didn't happen under Biden. They covered up everything that they tried to leak about Biden and his incompetency and his lack of mental acuity.
You can't prove that.
Oh, it's being proven. They're admitting it now.
Anybody talking to us? See if there's any like rude,
Oh, I'm sure there
rude
is.
comments. Yeah, just any rude. Jonathan Williams says that Caratini's home run was 429 feet. He hit it off the top of the railroad tracks.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Joe
yeah.
Gomez, good morning,
Good
bro.
morning, Joel. Good to see you.
Yeah. Will Vincent says the kid gets an A+ in my book.
Yeah.
Yep.
You think we can get you to come back?
He ain't getting up this early again.
Yeah, Stephen will bring him. They listen all the time.
I
so
know, but it's summer. He doesn't listen to the summer because he's usually sleeping.
You got to get up now and listen. You're part of the program.
You've been on the show, bro.
I like your
It's a
haircut.
good haircut. It's very sharp.
Yeah. You're a handsome young man and you're a fine young man. We appreciate you taking time and coming and spending time with us. You didn't
It was a complete surprise.
you didn't prepare.
No.
If he did, he would have brought some material, something to talk about this morning.
Yep. And he says Scott Tomko says looks like Carter has his own summertime sleep schedule and an 0700 show is cramping his style.
I had to wake up at 6.
There you go. He had
You
to wake
did
up at
great.
6 just to get here for 7, and we appreciate
Every
it.
morning, get
Thanks,
up,
man.
brush your teeth, get ready for hit the day.
Tell all your friends about this show. Tell them they should be listening.
Yeah, so
I'm 3 hours early.
3 hours early. All right. Well, hey, we appreciate you coming by, and you come
Stephen
back,
Carter, thank you very much for
and you
stopping
guys
on
can
by.
you guys can just walk straight across. You're not going to bother anything. Carter, love you, bud. Take care. Good to see you. Stephen, you bet. Awesome time. Folks, Chesnick Furniture, Chesnick and Love make your house a home. See why you just always do better at Chesnick. Get by today and see the new best recliners. You can pick your own material, whether you want leather, vinyl. I don't know about vinyl, but you can get leather.
Probably
you can
could.
get all kinds of stuff. Now I'm about to take the chair.
He don't want the chair.
He don't want the chair. It's an angry man.
He don't need the chair. You want me on that chair.
That's
you
right.
need me on that
We
chair.
do need you on there. By the way, that Astros update brought to you every day by the great folks
Absolutely.
at
the
First State
First State
Bank of Louise. No doubt about it.
They not working?
No, they don't work.
They might now.
Try them now.
Maybe.
How about that? Is that a little? You got a little something in there now, at least. Little
All
something.
right, it'll
little
work.
something.
Even
Ads and
here,
offer and
so
ads and
there's-
offer.com. Get by today and check on a new. I don't know what they're talking about over there. Get by and check on a new Chevrolet pickup. They've got everything 2500 HD. They've got the big motor, the 6.2 in a Silverado. The truck will fly. Get by and see Atzenhofer. Since 1926, Atzenhofer has been Victoria's dealership.
Yeah, that's 99 years for those
Tommy
that can't do the
Taylor
math.
Inviting you. And he said, tell your listeners to come in and ask for me. I'd love to visit with them. So go by Atzenhofer this week and see them. And then Went Services. When you come in on 87, you'll see the big American flag, America proud. They sell American made products. Went Services, Went Electrical for all your generator needs. Go by and see Went. So we're joined now by another great friend of the show. Always good to have Pat Matula in the office. How are you, sir?
Good. How y'all been? Good to see
Hey,
you.
we're
doing
good.
good. We're doing good. You've got a big program coming up this weekend, and I want to hear your thoughts about. I'm sure in the past at some point you've played at that Sweet Home venue.
Yes,
It's just a cool old spot.
it is. Yeah, that's a lot of. I mean, it's your hometown old school bar.
And it's on Sundays. It's like the Catholic Church puts on the dance up there.
It's kind of like that. Yeah. It draws its own crowd. It's usually a pretty big crowd, but yeah, every Sunday. So we're doing that this Sunday. We'll be there at the Sweet Home Hall from 2 to 6.
If you go in there, and Dawn and I have gone up there. We went up there and saw Dickie Kaiser
Yeah.
a while back, and he had put together a group, and he had one of the Hall of Fame fiddlers with him. What's the guy's name? He'd just been put in the Hall of Fame. In fact, Wade Stockton's dad was there.
Yeah.
But anyway, he had two fiddlers that day, and one of them had just been put in the Hall of Fame.
Huh.
And we get up there, and it wasn't you.
No, it wasn't me.
Okay, I mean you ought to be in that Hall of Fame.
It wasn't me.
But we got up there and didn't know that there's regulars. It's almost like being at church.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you're in my seat.
Yeah, get out of my chair.
And people they came in and wrapped the tables in paper, and they brought decorations and
Oh yeah, they have all kind of shit.
Very-
It's like a private party on every other table.
yes, that's exactly what it was. That's a great way to describe it. Everybody's having their own private party
Yeah,
with the band.
we're gonna kick it up a notch. We're going in there. We're gonna bring some pulled pork. That's kind of becoming famous for me for some reason.
Awesome.
So, had some people.
Might need to
say,
change the name of your band.
How much
Pat
do you-
Matula and the Pulled Pork Playboys.
Yeah, how much do
right?
you charge to cook that pulled pork? We want to have a party. I'm like,
Junior Sample says he wants to go to a Baptist dance. That happens outside behind the liquor
Yeah.
store.
Baptist drinking dance. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
You don't want to take those tables from the regulars at Sweet Home. They'll attack you like a saber.
No, I sat respectfully way in the back.
Yep.
With Wade Stockton's dad. We sat way in the
Yeah.
back.
Mr. Stockton goes quite regular. He's a good friend of mine. I see him every Sunday. He goes to Cowboy Church with me.
That's awesome.
Nice. So what's new? How you doing?
I've been good, man. So we have a lot going on. Yeah, that's what I came by. This is just a lot at one time. Just good. But yeah, Sweet Home this weekend, 2 to 6, and then also we're doing the Big Bang July 4th, which will be what next week.
Next
Friday, a
next
week
Friday.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Next
Holy
week will
crow.
be at the community center.
Congrats on that, getting in front of the city of Victoria. That's going to be a nice
it's
gig.
cool. This is our second year. We did it last year in the park, and we almost had a heat stroke. But
It's at the community center this year.
yes, probably still out. I mean, it's all outside, but anyhow, I think we play early too, like around 5 or something. So
Nice.
I don't know if I'll make it for the fireworks, but yeah, we're there for the 4th of July. And then yeah, probably not. But
Just because of the heat, not for any other
I can
reasons.
read your mind, but anyways,
Right.
yeah.
If
So
you
probably,
need me, I'll be
probably
on
not
the
gonna make it
bus.
for the fireworks. But then yeah, July 26th will be at VFW. Another one of those support your veterans deals. That's July 26th from 8 to 12. So
That is awesome.
just a lot. 3 different events going on our side of the deal, but 2 of them are kind of supporting your Victoria area, the fireworks, and the July 26th deal for the VFW.
Awesome. You got a Facebook page, right? I can look
Facebook
it up.
page, Pat Matula and the Lone Star Playboys. Yeah, check it out. Our schedule is always on there, and like us and follow us. And
It is fun. You play a lot of stuff. You cover some stuff, but you do a lot of Texas swing music and then with your ability to play the fiddle and stuff. It's just fun. And part of what makes it fun is the band's very approachable. You can take your kids up and introduce them to everybody. And Pat will always, you ladies, like you want to get your booby signed or something, he'll sign it for you.
Yeah, we can do whatever. We can make it kid friendly. We got the VIP area out back.
Right. He'll meet you out there
Backstage.
out back, sign your
Brand new pack of Sharpies.
sign your booby.
Whatever
You want.
Whatever
For
you
the
need.
ladies.
It's all for the ladies.
Signed a lot. Just don't bite my Wrangler tag off.
Right. Don't you hate
Somebody
that?
came and bit my Wrangler tag off one time, and then, oh man,
It all went downhill from there.
I was upset about it, and then she wanted me to autograph it.
Yeah, there's Dana Moore De La Garza checking in. She's a groupie. She
She's a
likes the
groupie,
band.
Yeah.
Tammy Williams checking in. Renee Medding. Who else I see? Julie Bauer. Good morning.
It's a great
Good
group
this
of
morning.
folks. Yeah, we've been.
How's the album coming? Like last time you were here, you were talking about recording a new
Yeah,
album.
we're still looking. We're picking some material. I had a couple of guys send me some originals stuff, some co-writes and stuff like that. So we're digging through material. It's still going to be a Western swing type record, but
Nice.
it's not going to be a bunch of cover tunes from somebody else.
Is it hard? I mean, I know that I've heard the process described as like, having a baby. Is it hard you get songs, I mean, that's a good one, but it just doesn't fit the mood of this album.
Right.
I'll put this one aside.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to make this album, it's going to be titled 40 Years of Influence. So there's going to be some George Jones feel. There's been a lot of influence over these past 40 years for me. So yeah, trying to get it all figured out and make it fit together where it flows. Yeah, it's a task.
Is it still? I mean, I don't know with digital music now, it's probably not. But I mean, everything used to be 10 tracks because that's basically all you had on vinyl, right? Enough room for 10 songs. Is it still that way, or do you try to sneak 14, 15 in there, or as many as you want?
Yeah, you can track as many as you want. Yeah, you can just stack them over and over. Yeah.
I mean, I remember in the 80s and 90s, it was 10 songs, 35 minutes of country, and then you were gone to the next album.
Yeah, this is like a 3-4 day, 5-day process now. And then that's just your studio cut time. And then for them to finish it and get your final mix.
Do you sit in on
like
that stuff too? Are you involved?
Every now and again, I do some recording with other folks. Yeah, around the Houston area.
But when they're mixing down your stuff, do you sit in on that? Are you involved
absolutely.
you don't just trust it to somebody?
No, if it's my stuff, I have to be there.
So you do all the mixing and all that.
I'm gonna tell him what button. Yeah.
Need a little more of this, a little less of that.
Guitar down.
Yeah. Nice. Speaking of which, you turned your guitar all the way down this morning. I thought the guitar would be coming in this morning.
Play a little bit of that. Well, you don't have to.
Well, can't.
I'd like to hear your band play that song.
You can probably do that. Pull it off.
Sounds like AM radio, folks. I like George Jones.
No, you can't beat it.
No, George Jones. The only thing I can say about George Jones, I remember in the moment back in the 80s, there were some folks talking about that there were a couple of albums in there where George became really infatuated with being George Jones. And that he got even more up in his nasals, because he was really working hard.
So Mark Chestnut was my vocal idol, if you will. And years ago, I asked Chestnut, I said, man, how do because I heard him from his younger days too, and he sounded like a young kid. And then all of a sudden, he had just all this meat to his vocal. I'm like, how do you get that? And he said, man, that's funny question. You asked that because he says, I asked that to George Jones when I was young. And I said, oh, no joke. I said, what'd he say? He said, well, boy, you got to smoke more and drink more. And I said, he said, so I did. Well, me too.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Brian Small says we can't play that song on Magic 95.9. But if you stay tuned after we're off, Brother Gary and Ralph will play
whatever you want.
They will play. He called that the enchilada into the dial, baby. That's too funny. We're trying to get on in Corpus too. So then by the next time you're here,
I was wondering if you were going to the beach.
it's just it's a pretty shirt. This is my.
It's very pastelish.
It's very
It's got a little
like
Ukrainian
everybody else
Easter
here is
egg
going
look
to
to
work.
it.
That's how you know that I'm real comfortable in my hetero nature.
You look it.
Am I looking
Definitely look it.
Look very hetero in that
He's
shirt.
real comfortable in
Yeah.
his job too.
I'm glad it's only filming from the waist up.
Pat walks in and goes, man, gays are big now. Good Lord. Oh,
No, but I just want to stop by and tell you about the fun stuff happening.
We appreciate
that's
that, man.
awesome. So this weekend,
it.
Sunday,
Sweet Home Sunday, 2 to 6.
but only 2 to 6, you can go out there and have a great afternoon. They have great AC.
And
It's
they're
not
going to
hot.
have barbecue this weekend.
There you go.
Again,
Pulled pork sandwiches.
pulled pork king is on the way.
There you go. So get out there. That's this Sunday in Sweet Home, and it's just very it's Americana. It'll take you back. It's very Texas.
Texicana.
It's old school. It's
You can wear shorts and tennies. You can wear jeans and boots. They don't care,
they don't care.
and
Don't
it's
care.
just comfortable and fun. Probably can't wear this shirt.
You could.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wear this
I
shirt.
don't know if I'd wear that shirt. That's
could.
What
that-
if this
that
shirt
part of
had
the
pearl
town.
snaps?
Then you could wear it.
Yeah, that'd
There
be
you-
different.
Yep.
It
Or
doesn't-
what if I wore
But
a-
it doesn't. Don't
but it
apologize for
doesn't,
the
right.
shirt.
It's Pride Month, but
Oh, a pearl necklace. But tell you what, so that's this Sunday at Sweet Home. Then July 4th, you'll be there before the fireworks at the community center to
Right.
celebrate with the city of Victoria for July 4th. And then on the 26th at the VFW Hall,
yes,
celebrating our veterans.
right.
So, well, you're known for giving back to the veterans. I think if you have a chance to get out and support Pat Matula and the Lone Star Playboys, you will have a blast. The music's fun. It's upbeat. You're not going to go to sleep.
No,
It's
I
a
don't think
good
It'll
time.
keep you on the dance floor,
Absolutely.
That's what it
which is the key.
Absolutely.
We usually don't get very many requests, and somebody told me that's a good thing. It means you must be playing. the
Must
right
be
music.
playing what
Exactly.
people want to hear. That's awesome.
Yep.
I like it like that.
Well, we appreciate you coming by. You know, you're
Thanks,
always
Pat.
more than welcome. You're invited anytime, and we like to support what you're doing, and you're doing it good.
Yep.
We've had a blast at your shows.
Appreciate you.
Spend New Year's
Bring
Eve
your
with
guitar
you.
with you next time. We'll get you playing
Yeah.
a song
Hey,
or two.
look, man, he ain't playing for free. I've tried to tell you.
So he said
I learned
I
that from-
tried. I
learned that from Scott Taylor. Scott says, "Hey, when my case opens, your wallet opens." I mean, I ain't playing for free.
That
So-
happened. That we had a family function a while back with about 80 folks.
Oh, they all
there.
think, "Oh, we'll get Pat to sing
No,
some
no,
songs."
no. Well, usually I do later in the evening, and then they said, you didn't bring a guitar or anything." I said, "Hey, I live in this town now, and I play music here about once a month. You know," I said, "If y'all are gonna hear me once a year, it ain't gonna be for free."
Amen. Amen.
So come to see me.
Hey, late in the evening, he breaks out a little "If Drinking Don't Kill Me."
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Pat was telling me in the green room that we need a different mic because we were having issues when he was here last time with the guitar and the mic
Some
separate.
guy was on there chastising you about.
Oh yeah,
We
that
don't
was
care
Tom
about-
Small,
we don't
yeah.
care
It
about
sounds
Small.
So-
crap. I didn't want you
Him.
to get beat up again.
No, it's we can
Might have to look into that.
We can
Get a
like
mic that would deal with both of them.
That's why he's
so
wearing
it's
that shirt
together.
today because
There's
we
a-
lost the bet. The last time,
that was my
What our
exact thought.
board
I'm like,
the next time
a
Pat
pickup
Matula's on the show, you got to
We'll
wear
just
that
replace
shirt.
his
you
when
mess up
he's
the
here.
music and have that shirt on too on the same
Right,
day.
I'm going to give you this shirt. I'm going to
Hey,
tell
thank
you.
y'all
Hey, we
much.
appreciate you coming by. I'm going to make it so you can walk by without everybody seeing you, and you can walk straight in front of the mic. Hey, we love you, Pat.
Thank you, Pat.
Be well, brother. Appreciate everything you do. Awesome. So
Awesome.
that's Pat Matula. So this weekend,
We'll see you Sunday. I think I'm going to come up there
Sunday.
Sunday and check out a Sweet Home.
Sweet Home Dance Hall. There you go. VIP passes at the door.
Just means you get to sit in the
Bye,
back.
brother.
Yeah. You don't get one of the fancy tables.
we got in there the last time we were there, and there was, I mean, I'm not exaggerating. The average age, why I encourage you folks to go, the average age was
60.
Oh, maybe older. I'm not kidding. And it's family fun. There were all kinds of folks there, but there were people there with their grandkids who were adults.
Yeah.
And there was this one guy, super nice gentleman.
Well, look at David Brogger. My dad was a regular there on Sundays after church.
Yeah. And we sat there, and this one guy finally goes, "All right, Dawn, let's dance." And that's how he asked her to dance, you know. "All right, Dawn, let's dance." He was like 80. And after that, it's like the dam broke. Every man because there were a bunch of men there that weren't, you know, they weren't married. They were
outlived their
widows.
wives.
Yeah. And Dawn was like, I had a blast. They were all super polite. You know, the gentleman with their hand like on her back, you know, with the back of their hand, they didn't hold her. It was very romantic. It was very fun to watch.
Tammy Williams, my grandmother and uncles were staples.
I told him, I go, "You're not hurting her feelings. She's used to dancing with an old man." You know,
Absolutely.
she dances with me often.
Tammy Williams' average age there is 80.
I think you're not kidding. But I don't want to discourage you. I don't want you. I'm not
No.
going out there with all the old folks. It's a blast, and it's the.
I know a few
hip 80s.
people in their 40s that probably bring that average age down that go out there. So,
But you know what? And Cody, you grew up in Arkansas. Old folks in the country, they're not old. I mean, some of these folks are 80 and they're still working cattle.
Oh yeah.
You know, and they come to town and they're there to have a good time. It is fun. What do you make of all right, so Iran thinks they won the war. That's and
wow,
what
they're
are we
bragging
gonna do?
about it this morning.
What are we gonna do? I mean, we're not gonna do anything except thank God we live in Texas. But how about the fact that the Democrat nominee for mayor of New York City is an open Democratic socialist who wants, now get this, he wants to close all the prisons, do away with the police. He wants free busing all over the city. This is New York City. He wants free busing. So now he's upsetting all the taxi drivers. He wants neighborhood grocery stores that are owned by the city. So now the mom and pop grocery stores are going to go broke.
Well, and here's the thing. Are they going to then purchase all the means of production? Because if he thinks that city-owned grocery stores are going to be able to offer cheaper groceries, where are you going to get you think somebody's going to go, well, you know what, New York City, we'll make it up in volume because we can't make it up in, I mean, is that what he's thinking, that these producers are going to capitulate?
But isn't that a fundamental like distinguisher between socialism and communism? And the communist, the government owns all the means of production, whereas the socialist, you can still have private ownership of the means of production, but the government basically controls everything about that.
Yeah, I don't know that the line is, I think the line is so blurred these days with communists and socialists, at least in this country. They're one and the same, in my opinion.
Here's the deal. It's a Democrat run city, and the polls are showing that there's a 75% chance that this guy wins.
And by polls, we mean betting sites that actually
Yes.
take bets on these sorts of things.
And we know a guy.
overseas. Yeah.
75%, folks, that this guy's going to be, his name is Zamfir Mobambi or something. I don't remember. He's, and the dude's from Uganda. Not that that's a bad thing, but he's only been in the United States
been a
for
citizen
6
for 6
years.
And he was trying to be a rapper before mayor.
It's just like, you can't make this garbage up.
And the funny thing is, like, I mean, what I find really interesting is most Americans that are new citizens that I've met.
B Small, hit me up.
Yeah.
B Small knows a guy. You want to lay a bet now? This would be exactly, folks, like Pepper for mayor. That's what it's like. Pepper for mayor.
And listening to Mike Slater on Breitbart this morning, he broke down the demographics of who voted for this guy. You know who didn't vote for him? 34-point difference in blacks and Hispanics voted for Andrew Cuomo. The demographics show that white, rich, women voted for Mamdani. They talked to Cynthia Nixon. Remember her from Sex and the City?
The redhead.
Yeah. Oh, free busing is going to be great for people. You've never taken a bus in your entire freaking life.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, it's just,
Oh, rent controls. You don't worry about rent. You've got money coming out your ass. You don't care about rent control.
he's worked up, folks. He's worked up.
But this is who they talk to get the view of the common people. College-educated rich white women who make over $100,000 a year turned out in spades to vote in this Democratic primary. And they're saying, well, it's just a primary. No need to worry.
Yeah.
They haven't elected a non-Democrat since
Ever.
Giuliani.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Giuliani, right man, right time. Giuliani saved New York. Giuliani was the right guy during 9/11.
Absolutely, he was. And I'm with Monty Howard. Let New York get what it asked for. I agree.
B. Small wanted to know if they were electing the pan flute guy.
That would be better than this guy.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
But this is what the Democrat Party has become. They're not the Democrat Party of old. Because if they were, they would have voted for Cuomo. Corruption, misogynistic. Do as I say, not as I do. That's Andrew Cuomo. But no, now they want full-blown communists. And Eric Adams' campaign is a joke. He's not running against the ideals. He's just saying, well, this guy can't really do what he says he's going to do because there's still a city council that has to pass everything.
And that, while that may be the fact, I think that incentivizes the Democrat voter to say, well, then he's not going to hurt nothing. He'll counteract that silly city council.
Yeah.
We're going to try. We are not going to try. We are trying to get, there's a lady named Vicky Palladino.
She is a council member in New York City.
And she's Republican and she lives in Queens.
We'll get her on the show.
I think
We're working
she'll be,
on it. We both reached out to her. She can't ignore both of us.
It's just amazing. She talks like this. Look, this guy's a lunatic.
But here's
Great.
I mean,
great to get her on.
really sum it up for you. This guy's campaign is the equivalent of a high school class president. No more homework and more recess.
Yeah.
That's what he's promising the people of New York. And the people of New York are stupid and fall for it.
And he has no authority to actually do it. And it's unbelievable. I cannot wait to see. It's just emphasizing just how terrible leadership, the lack thereof in New York has become.
And I think it's symbolic or emblematic of the indoctrination that goes on in Northeastern universities, that you have rich white women voting for this.
Coding. Emblematic indoctrination.
That's a lot of syllables.
That's a lot on a morning show.
My tongue is sore after that one.
I'm telling you, you get a
Almost
tongue
as sore
cramp.
after licking ice cream cones.
Didn't know where you were going with that, but I'll let it go. What is that static? You have a static?
No.
Okay. I'm good now.
You got a mosquito in your ear.
Yeah. It's a high-tech program.
It is a high tech.
But I have found, I'll send it to you because Dawn sent it to me. There is a,
Linda Chris's AOC is cheering him on.
yeah, well, so but it is worth noting, she's been very outspoken on his side. She is so locked in as a congressperson. She's got no cares that people are going to judge her based on supporting this fool. And Bernie Sanders is 100% in this guy's court. And that blows my mind.
Well,
But
and now they're saying that everybody else on the Republican side should just stop running.
I got this
Yeah.
from Donnie, and it's just incredible. It's footage from you and me back in the day, and it blows my mind. I don't know why it's not.
It's riveting radio.
It is.
Yeah, it's a black screen too. Not only that, the
Yeah.
screen is black. But I'm not kidding you that the program is Ash and me in the old
Studio.
studio days. But what's this?
Lisa Poole says what happens in New York City could eventually trickle down through the rest of the country.
Nancy, give me 5 minutes. I'm wrapping up a radio program. I'll call you right back. It's like, there you go. So,
Marina says they should have voted for Kurt Russell because it's going to be hard to escape from New York.
No kidding. Snake. I'd rather have Snake, even though he was a criminal.
So is Cuomo.
And Cuomo now basically saying he's going to back out. He can. It's weird. He was running for the Democrat nomination.
Didn't get it.
But he's still on the ballot as like, I'm still on the ballot because I got 36% of the vote or whatever. So I'm still on the ballot as an independent or, a non-committal dude.
Well, and that's what they're saying. They're saying everybody else should run. I mean, and here's the problem. When you're coalescing around Eric Adams, the incumbent, to try to beat this Mamdani guy, you don't have very good candidates for mayor.
No. And Eric Adams, mayor of New York, former police officer, and he's walking around with an earring in his ear. New York is just messed up.
But boy, did he change his tune, right? He was when he got elected, he was similar. Well, we want police reform. We want to defund the police.
But now he's a lot more conservative. I guess the realities that are facing New York have caught up.
Yeah, you got a bunch of illegals living in their hotels, and street crime is on the increase, and people are shoving people into subway cars. That's the reality in New York City.
It's crazy town. Folks, be glad you live in Texas. If you don't, get here as quick as you can. Take care, folks. We love you.
Friday tomorrow. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Bye, folks.
Bye, folks.
Well, I'm kicked out of my near every bar around.